So, what should we do? What would be our next plan? Because I feel that much as Wakanda and Syndra want us to accomplish this mission, they are stingy.
They're not much of a help.
No. Should we try to seek out another merchant prince? Should we visit the Golden Palace? Should we get lodging? Should we explore the city? Should we head to find Warren?
I think that speaking of Jessamine is going to be a good idea. And Syndra didn't mention that we were to keep her condition secret.
No.
Did she? Did she imply it?
She's keeping a mask on and some loose clothing that's covering her skin.
Right. So she didn't say no?
No,
She didn't, but
she
did not expressly say don't tell anyone, but she obviously doesn't want to.
Show it off.
Right.
Like, hey everybody, I'm dying! Ha
Well, I don't care about
Yeah,
them.
no, exactly.
So they're not helpful anyway.
No.
So why don't we go and insinuate that we're on a quest and looking to see if any of the princes would be interested in co-funding it, maybe to their benefit.
Right, and if Jessamine agrees to help us out more, she might get first dibs on a cure or something.
Right.
Yeah. And she might be able to. Well, she's in charge of sanctions, right?
Sanctions.
Yes. Do you know what that means? Does anyone know what that means in this
It's
context?
like punishments, right?
Like embargoes.
So this is not an economic term. This is used in a kind of old way. Basically, she is the one who issues allowances to kill people.
Oh.
So instead of killing someone and being charged with a crime, you may pay a bunch of gold and be able to kill someone for free.
So this is someone
Of crime.
with whom we would want to speak anyhow.
So the way the sanctions in the city work is that
we're all good, I believe.
There-
By the way,
there's an esoteric arcane formula for how much it costs to have someone killed based on their influence
Okay.
and what they've done in their lives, etc. That she is in charge of. That is her job as a merchant prince. Though it is basically legal for anyone with gold to go up and buy a death contract on someone, it is fairly rare. A year will go by with about 6 of them served.
Does she execute the contracts or
No.
just kind of do the actuarial work?
She just makes sure that you are not legally culpable for the killing.
Okay.
I
So
like
she
that.
She's
got
they're-
got the notary stamp.
Yes,
Yeah.
she gives you a license to kill.
I like that they're rare enough, but they still need a merchant prince in charge of them.
Yeah.
Well, when the princes decided to take charge of the city, they kind of decided their own jobs, and this is the one she decided. It is a secret that she used to be an assassin.
Okay.
Do we know more information? Like, what is she human? Is she elf?
She is a human. She's Chult, so she's from the peninsula.
What does she look like?
She looks kind of like Frankenstein's bride with an afro instead of a bouffant.
Okay.
Okay, I like the streak.
Yeah. She's
got
rocking
that
it.
That rogue thing going
Yeah.
on.
There's got to be a story behind that streak, right?
I think we're going to give her another one.
I know. If there isn't, there will be.
The life of an assassin is very, very stressful.
Okay.
We're off to
So,
Jasmine's place then,
Yeah.
Golden Throne.
or the
I
Golden
think that's
Throne.
what we
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
but she's been
been holed up.
she's been absent.
She's
Right.
probably level locked.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Either works.
Golden Throne. Well, we can get the letters of introduction. Well, maybe what we should do is see if Wakanda will send a messenger to Jessamine for us to say we'd like to arrange a meeting with her, and while we're waiting on that, go to the Golden Throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Would she tell us to get off
Is
her lawn?
And should we
is the
go
thundering
around?
lizard on the way?
Yeah, I was like, we should.
Thundering lizards.
So should we first find lodging, and then
We could drop our stuff off, take a quick nap.
I don't have that.
What kind of nap?
Cat nap.
You're so tiny though, I can carry you.
How big are Tabaxi?
Oh, they're about humanoid.
They are, they're slender people.
Yeah,
size.
they're little.
Yeah.
They're just like
Like
they're like
a
an
panther.
awkward teen cat.
I'm like Argos, but a cat. So just like long limbs and
Just light and little. You weigh like nothing.
Okay, so what is the plan?
We are going to ask Wakanda to send a messenger to Jessamine saying we would like to arrange a meeting.
We could just go there.
Are you going to the villa or the Golden Throne? Golden Throne.
Well, we would send a message because Jessamine has been holed up in her villa. We would send a messenger to
the villa while we go to the
Golden
Okay,
Throne. Well, first we're going to find...
Okay, well, Wakanda says, I can send a messenger. I can't guarantee that she'll send a response, but I can do what I can.
Yeah, we're going to be... Yeah.
Okay, and he will do that.
Yeah.
A servant disappears.
Okay. Do we get our letters of introduction from you?
Sure, you can have those.
Very important.
Write it down in your equipment.
I will. Letters of introduction from Wakanda.
And then we're off to the Golden Throne.
Can we read what he wrote on them? Are they sealed?
They are sealed, yeah. Yeah, and if the seal's broken, they're no good, just like college transcripts.
That's what I was exactly thinking. One of my college transcripts said I was sassy.
That's amazing.
I would have that framed.
Oh. So that was just... so we'll go to get lodging, and then...
You're going to go to lodging first?
Yes.
Okay. The lodging is in the... Not the Harbor Ward.
Margaret Ward?
Yeah, thank you.
What is it? Do we know? It doesn't matter.
Where would you like to stay?
The big blue building right in the middle.
Okay, not that. I think that's the fish market.
I think that's the visitor center at Jurassic Park.
Would you like to go to the Thundering Lizard or to the other one?
We go to the more rock.
What's her
They're
face?
cheap.
They're cheap ones.
Cheap Thundering Lizard it is.
Oh gosh, does it have a big dinosaur on the side?
Raucous. Actually, I have to do this myself because it doesn't have a description for the particular thing. Raucous only begins to describe this place. It is. It's just. I mean, if you could think of a stereotypical bar fight, add dinosaurs, and that's the Thundering Lizard.
We're home.
Do they have music playing?
They have music playing. Yes, they've probably got a couple of minstrels up there playing tabaxi minstrels, and people are. When I say a bar fight, I don't mean to say that the place is dangerous or violent. Sure. It's just raucous. There are people having a good time. Mm-hmm. This is where a lot of the dock workers come and drink. So they are, the place is filled with basically people who smell like fish. But they are.
I lick my chops.
They are drinking.
Rubbing against everybody.
They are drinking their day, the end of their day, down into an abyss, and it's loud laughter, things like that. So it's a good time. And the person in charge, the basically not the barkeep. There's a separate barkeep here, but the proprietor of the establishment says,
look like?
$5 silver a night per room.
What is the innkeep?
What is the innkeep? He is like a burly Chultan dude.
Does he have a name?
Older, Jukunga. Jukunga. Pull open list of Chultan names.
Are these going to be the? Is this the Chult version of Ipo?
Ipo, yes. Everyone is. Okay. Well, I didn't make up Wakanda. This is Jukunga.
Right. Oh, okay.
Come on.
They're all going to be Anga at the end. I like it. Are we staying, or are we just dropping things? We're just dropping things off.
You're just getting a room.
Or are we just getting a room?
For right now, we'll see.
Is it early enough to check in? Is it after 3?
It is after 3.
Okay.
So yeah, you can.
Perfect.
Good. Are we old enough to rent a raptor?
I am.
Any of you over 30?
We'll need to use
45.
their insurance, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it on mine.
Okay. How many rooms are you getting, by the way? We're tracking gold, so this is important.
How many can we fit in
How big
one
are the
room?
rooms?
Half half of you. You could probably squeeze into 2 rooms.
Then we will do 2
Girls and
rooms.
boys.
That's up to you.
Where's
Okay.
the biggest badge?
2.
Okay, that would be 10 silver a night for as long as you'd like to maintain the lodging. He doesn't have an expedition price. If your stuff is in his building, you're
Yep.
buying a room.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll buy just for tonight right now.
Okay. And I don't know if you guys, you're an expedition together. I don't know if you want to have just someone who is in charge of the coffers, as it were, and keep track of all of this in one spot, rather than like, okay, 10 silver, who's ponying up for tonight?
A slow turn to
Slow turn to the one who bought a journal for the campaign.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Should we all pitch in our gold?
Yeah.
No.
Two silver. How about some silver? Cop it up, pretty boy.
So this is, since I haven't played D&D in a while, what's the conversion rate? Like copper?
10 silver to 1 gold.
Okay.
10 copper to 1 silver.
So it's
If
1
we
gold.
get into Electrum, I'll just give you gold
So it's
instead.
not 10 silver, it's 1 gold tonight?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wait, what?
guess. Yeah,
yeah,
because
but
it's 5 silver per room, so it would be technically a gold.
yeah. So okay. Are we starting out with in-debt party loot wise, or are we all gonna want to chip in so I can keep track?
But
I'm not in charge of your
I'll give
party,
you
so.
I'd
I'll
like
give
to
you
offer
5.
him my service.
Yeah, what
in
if-
the hopes of
Should we just everyone throw in 5 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
roll something for that sort of skill.
performance?
Sure. Is that a skill?
Yeah. 9.
Okay. He'll say, we're all booked up. But, yeah, come back.
Can I
Come back
try
in a
to,
couple of days.
Okay.
can I try to persuade him to give my, what are you? No.
Bard.
You can try,
Wait, so
although
you
he
can
looks
bard?
pretty
Oh, half elf.
reticent.
Half-elf bard?
He looks pretty reticent, but you can try. You can try adding.
I don't think, where are you from?
Yes. Let's
Where
go
are
with.
you from?
I never win. What's the big one?
Waterdeep?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Are you not familiar with the melodies of Waterdeep?
Like I said, we're booked up. Come back in a couple of days. Maybe I'll have an opening.
Okay.
This place is pretty hopping, so you'd gather that unless you somehow blew him away, they've always got people ready to play. So,
Trying to
Like,
wait for a slow night.
so persuasive. So persuasive.
Kalashade, no, not that one. Okay, and as you're kind of walking back out, you're kind of caught. Someone is caught by and one of you, a tabaxi who says, "Adventures, are you mounting an expedition?"
Yeah, we're new in
No.
town, but we're looking to
Yeah.
to get sorted out to head into the jungle.
You're looking for a guide?
Are
What's
you a
your
guy?
price?
Do you know a guy?
Do you know a guy? My sister and I are guides. We can take you through the jungles.
This is a 2-for-1 deal.
We do come as a set.
What does he look like? I know he's a tabaxi. What type of kid? Is he the silver one or the orange one?
It doesn't say, but one is called River Mist and the other is Flask of Wine. So pick whichever
write
one
on
is your
this?
fancy.
River
The
Mist?
female is River Mist. The male is Flask of Wine.
Guessing we shouldn't read the first sentence there.
What does it say? No, that's for you. I'm supposed to hand you that.
Beware Jobel and his
No
no
good
good flunky.
That is what he says to you. When
It's going to be another guide. They're hawking their
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
occupation.
should I
Yeah.
Go ahead, read that. Yeah.
beware of Jobel and his
Loudly.
no good. Sorry, I'm reading it in my character voice. Speaks quiet, speaks friendly is not a probably a loud voiced person. Beware Jewelball and his no-good flunkies. That merchant prince is as trustworthy as a sack of snakes, as are most of his guides. If you choose us, we will never lead you astray. River and Flask are up to the task. That's a catchy task line. You did very good with that.
Yeah.
That's our motto. Chult is our playground. We're fast, reliable, and know what we're doing. 5 gold pieces per day and a 5 gold pieces per day and a 30-day advance is what Joe Ball's flunkies demand.
Oh, Joe Balls. That's not.
Yeah, no, that's.
What are your demands, Cat
We're
Friends?
happy to serve as guides for only 4 gold pieces a day with no payment up front. Even better, we'll waive the fee entirely for equal shares of what other treasure we help find.
What if you find death?
Yeah, we.
Well, they won't collect if you kill them. So.
I like that.
They take point, right?
And even as Flask is the male comes up and offers to introduce you to his sister. His sister also comes up and they give that spiel. After River is the female. After River shows up, Flask pretty much stops talking. He's just not a real talkative guy. River's about 5 feet 5 inches and 100 pounds. She wears leather armor and an eye patch.
She's awesome. No, so.
Lame.
Furtive and uncomfortable in crowds, preferring the jungle, where she is truly at home.
He's great though. Like, why wouldn't the River Mist be the gray one?
Yeah, swap their names, I guess.
Yeah.
So Joe Ball is one of the merchant princes?
Yes.
What is he in charge of? Or she?
Damn fucking. Sorry, I
That's okay.
tried to go to a different tab and instead scrolled my guides thing all the way to the top, which is annoying. Joe Ball made his fortune as a wilderness guide when the party he was working for discovered a very rich cache and he brought it home, Count of Monte Cristo style.
Huh.
So he basically is the merchant prince who has taken it upon himself to be in charge of guides, expeditions, things like that.
So he's another Chult human.
And he is the one who registers guides. Guides are registered. They are a licensed
Do we know that?
organization.
Do we? Are you guys licensed?
Can we
Sure,
see,
and they'll show you their
can
registration.
we see your Yelp reviews?
Wait, it would be Nyan reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't have reviews per se, but they will show you their license.
You're live, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a good sign.
Yeah. Is there... Where might we find other guides? We're not saying that we're not going to go with you, but we just want to look at our options, because money's tight.
It's a mercantile city.
Yeah,
Free trade
you know,
enterprise.
We don't know how long we're going to be here, what we're going to find.
River will say, you won't find anyone as good as us, so it's fine
That
if you
goes
know
without
others.
saying, yes.
And she will say that there are bulletins around that advertise,
Okay.
and you can...
So we'll just go to the local scratching post.
So,
And
question about this: if we don't have insight, can we still do?
River
Can you still do insight checks if you don't have the
River,
skill?
River
Yes.
Mist and
Okay.
Flask of
Yeah,
Wine.
you just don't get your proficiency bonus.
So I just get like my wisdom bonus.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check on them to see?
Sure,
How...
absolutely.
5.
As far as you can tell, they're being
you're just
as
busy petting them. You
Yeah,
don't care.
I'm like they're so pretty.
they're being as honest as you can expect them to be. I mean, they're business folk. They're trying to
How do they smell? Do they smell honest? Like cat to cat here.
Do they smell honest? They smell like tabaxi that live in Chult. So
So like
Musty.
squish,
yeah.
Fish and
angry.
wet
Yeah.
fur.
Yeah, they smell angry.
Smell
Yeah, why do all the cats live in the place that they constantly get wet?
Because
Some
we can't
cats like to
leave.
swim.
We don't
Yeah, only one kind of cat likes to swim, and it's not these ones.
Tigers.
Tigers, that's correct.
So when we decide to hire you, where can we find you to employ your services?
Oh, so I should just tell you on the stream here what our Twitter password is? Rob can write it down. He knows it.
I don't know it.
It's the old one we were going with at first.
You need a
please.
pen.
Can you make sure you
notepad?
write it inside of
And
the
that's going to
video,
text
too?
my phone, the 2-factor. So go to my phone and get the code you're going to...
Argos. Mush.
Sorry, my fault. I got up.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm sorry. What was your question?
When we decide to hire you, how can we find you? Where should we meet up?
One of us is always here.
Okay.
Okay.
The radiant.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So maybe now that we're getting into price per day, what is the scale on this map?
Yes.
Because like if a day is here,
Each hex. Okay, so that's a good question actually. Each hex is 10 miles. If you're wandering, if you're wandering through a hex on foot, it'll take you a day to go one hex at a normal speed.
Okay.
okay.
So
So this is 2 weeks. Well.
If you're on a river and in a canoe, it is
Okay.
2 hexes per day.
okay, so
You may also travel quickly, which gives you more chances of getting lost, and you will have worse perception scores and stuff.
Sure.
Just wandering around. I'll
Yep.
take a couple. That will let you move at about 1.5 hexes per day.
so
And then you can also move slowly to move stealthily, which will let you move at about 75% of a hex a day. I actually have to roll on whether you progress 1 or 2 hexes on
If
those.
we move too quickly, will we exhaust ourselves? Okay.
you know what? I think going by river and going direct is going to be about the same because it's about 14 days by river even.
Are we still with Flask and River?
If you would like to be,
Well,
good.
Makes sense.
do they have their own equipment? Are we responsible
Yeah, is that
for...
part of the price of the guide?
They will equip themselves, but they are not going to, and they will help you equip the party, providing guidance on the kinds of things you would want on an expedition. Of
and
this
do they
nature.
know?
But they will
merchants to
not.
get-
What was your
Would they
question?
know? Like, would be able to provide us to cheap, reliable merchants?
Yes, they will be able to provide you information on where to buy what you need, but they will not provide you with equipment.
We need to go blackmail this other prince.
Yeah, 100%.
We have no money, and by blackmail I mean
Yeah.
nicely offer our services.
I'm sure there's some way to make money here in town.
Oh, is there a sanction maybe we could perform?
Ooh.
Ooh. We're good characters. Reminder, we're good characters.
Well, that would be lawful.
It is.
That is true.
Right? So
Yeah. Okay. Well, we should keep track of that.
anything lawful can't be evil, right? That's it. I think pretty sure.
That's the banner right on the Bay Knight Temple.
Anything lawful can't be evil.
Are there any temples in town?
There are several.
Flask and River?
You're asking them specifically?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, there are several, and if I was a better DM, I'd be able to tell you off the top of my head.
Nice.
But
But you're not.
I'm not. I'm a terrible DM.
You don't have names for people, their descriptions. You don't have backstories.
Hey, I got Flask of Wine and River Mist off the top of my piece of paper that it was written down on. There actually is a temple to what's the lawful evil guy?
Bane.
Bane.
Yeah, there is a temple.
Cool.
To him.
Guys everywhere.
Gets around.
Yeah.
Okay, temples. There's the Grand Souk. Oh no, that's a market. Temple of Savras. There it is. Temple of Savras in town. That's kind of the big one. That's a deity of wizards and fortune tellers.
Savrus, Savras?
Savras.
Okay.
There's also a Temple of Gond. A Temple of Soon.
We can all get kissy before we go on the adventure.
Gond is the one that the
Is he the one that
harbor
meets everybody?
harbor folk give a shit about. Temple of Soon.
It's love and beauty.
That might be pretty much.
Wow, this is an interesting mix. It's knowledge, harbors, and kissing.
Yes. Temple of Timora.
We should stop there.
I'm sorry, I think Timora was the one I was thinking of, not Bane.
Okay. That would be interesting if there's a temple of pain in a city.
Poor Nyanzaru attracts all kinds.
Flan's kind of a mess right
There's
now.
a town called Muhaha.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. We have to go there. Can we go there first?
Where is it?
What is it?
Mwah.
Yeah, have that be good.
That is actually what it's called. Muhaha. It's awesome. Taz Muhaha.
Yeah. Only good things can happen there.
Okay. So, and you want to find more guides then?
Yeah, just find a bulletin board, see what they've got.
Sure.
See if somebody offers 3 gold a day.
Yeah.
Well, first, let's
go talk to Jess.
yeah, let's go
Let's head
talk
over to the Golden Palace.
Yeah.
We'll let everybody know that Wakanda is trying to find a cure for Sindara, who is sick with the death curse.
Hey babe.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. All the handouts, do they come with the game or do we print them? The small ones?
The small ones, they came with the digital. So I'm using Dungeons and Dragons Beyond's copy of Tomb of Annihilation. The handouts are in an appendix, so I printed them myself. They are probably in the book. I don't think they're perforated or anything out of there, so you probably have to copy them. Okay. So as you're kind of wandering,
We're not wandering. We are working with purpose towards the Golden Palace and the bulletin board.
I forgot a prop.
Gallagher.
should we have ponchos? We're in the front row.
Yeah, you just splash zone.
Wow, did we just all date ourselves?
Oh yeah, they
right
were
there?
super old. Gallagher references.
Oh,
Sorry, kids. You can Google that later.
You don't want to.
Yeah, got him right. Spelled him right.
Funny.
Soon is not right.
You are wandering through, and the city is very active. It is about dinner time by now. On my bookshelf, grab that, but keep it.
Hidden.
Don't let them see it yet. Just
Close our eyes.
here, grab it and get it ready.
Argos is helmet.
Argus is the prop.
He supervises.
And as you go through, you see a guy who how's he dressed?
This is as we're walking to.
As you're walking to wherever you were going,
Okay.
because I wasn't listening.
So Justin had agreed to fund us all at
nice.
$100 a day.
Eventually,
for
yeah,
everything
right
wrapping
outside.
us up.
Right outside of the inn that you were in, talking to River and Mist, as you River and Flask.
So we walked like another 3 steps.
Yeah, as you come out, there's a man kind of actually bumps into you as he's going in and says, I'm sorry, I'm just not together today. Sorry.
This is the guy we should hire.
He is not a guide. He says,
What does he look like?
His description is rather thank you, not indicated.
What does he look like?
That's a good question.
Chulton.
He looks like a traveler. He's got well-worn boots, a cloak of comfort. He looks
Cloak of comfort.
not like a magical cloak of comfort, but like a cloak that is comfortable.
Okay.
He looks
explains
rather unprepared to be in Chult. His clothing is heavier than you're expecting. It is not local clothing, and he's fair-skinned. He is a human, I believe.
Does he have any maps and scroll cases?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh, wait, really?
Yes.
Is his name Dresden?
It is not Dresden.
What's the name? No, it wouldn't be Bolo. Really?
Wait, we can shake down Bolo?
Let's see. Yeah. So he has a lot of he has a bag on him that is clearly very heavy, and it does have kind of a lot of papers and stuff. He has it kind of loosely covered with an oil skin to keep it from the rain.
Okay.
He is obviously not used to the humidity here, so he seems like he's done it in a kind of ad hoc job, as opposed to someone who's lived here and knows what to do. I'm sorry, did someone ask him a question?
Can
No,
we help
we-
you?
Yeah, can we?
Yeah, who does he bump into?
Can we help you with your load there, sir?
Whoever was first out the door.
Not it.
Does it have a... Yeah, he is
You're
human.
looking
Okay,
at
cool.
Chris. Or not Chris.
Darton.
Darton. Darton's very.
You want to? Okay, so he says, actually, I'm here to meet with all of the princes, but I'm between audiences, so I thought I'd stop in and see if anyone wanted to get a signature, maybe buy something.
What?